So just before we start, tell us more about you. What is your current focus, and especially about the book that you're writing, and we can take it up from there.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure, Ajit, coming here. I love traveling. Second, I love meeting people. And my purpose in life is typically to get inspired in one form and to inspire others too. And platforms like these help me do that. About me, I'm an entrepreneur who has multiple interests. I've been an entrepreneur for close to 2 decades now. Jumped into the bug bitters quite early, me and my partners. And our idea is to basically create inspirational business brands. And that's what our passion is, saying how do you create inspirational business brands. And in the last 3-4 years, when I have discovered what my purpose in life is, a lot of things started coming to me from a lot of angles. And that is what I'm putting it into a book along with Frank Moffat. Frank is basically an author himself and a motivational speaker, and I bumped into him in a flight and we got connected, and we've been connected after that, talking a lot, understanding each other, and we started penning down our thoughts, and he took the lead to write it, and then the book is almost ready now. So the book is fundamentally about how people should have a dream, how they should be dreaming better and or dreaming bigger for that particular matter, and then how to go about achieving those dreams too. So there are a lot of little aspects which we have put together to help the youngsters of today achieve their dreams. The book is almost ready. I'm just looking for a publisher and trying to do self-publishing and stuff like that. So let's maybe another month or so it should be live. Yeah.
And many of the people who attended your session today, they were all speaking very high of the knowledge that they got, and especially the way you talked about the fundamentals of marketing. And somewhere or the other, the word branding comes across as a very confusing word, whereas this is relatively a easy word. So why is this brand word very confusing? Like, everyone says that I want to do branding. Maybe is it because there are so many dimensions in branding that you take one and you miss out the others? So how do you simplify and how do you make people understand the complicated or the simple word called branding?
So I always tell people, and if you go onto our site also, we keep saying brand has become a 4-letter word today, and people incidentally write to me saying that brand is not a 4-letter word, it is a 5-letter word. They don't realize that I'm making a mock out of it. The F's and the L's of today, we have landed up using brand like that. The idea is basically it is about holistic experience, right? That's what makes a brand. And there are so many components in what makes a brand, and people don't realize that. And it fundamentally starts with the core business attributes itself. So if you don't have a differentiated business proposition, then how are you going to create a differentiated brand? So we call ourselves the brand engineers, and today I'm realizing that in the name of brand engineering, I'm landing up doing business engineering, because I'm telling people, saying that, okay, your business needs to be engineered and differentiated well. Then only I can create a brand which is differentiated, correct? So the point is saying that I don't know people get it. They think that it is just the logo. They think that it is probably just the website, but it is not. You need to look at it from a much more holistic point of view to understand what this real brand is. And most of India don't know it, and I hope that more and more people jump into it and create great Indian brands from now on.
I agree with it, and in fact we keep telling people that branding does not start with your marketing team, it starts with your operation team. Unless they don't believe in what you are speaking, end of the day they are going to face the client, so they need to represent what you say. But is there any recipe for branding where you can start like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or it's just ad hoc and you do everything that's possible under the sun and try to fix it up? Is there any recipe or step-by-step process that one can follow?
I think the whole aspect is to look inward. See, as a human being, if you are in, for example, if you are in service, you need to look inward and realize saying that what is your talents, what are your skill sets, what do you really excel in? Like, that's your start point. Where does joy come to you? Where does it come from? Correct? So you need to figure that out. I'm saying if you keep asking that question, you will find your purpose. If you figure out your purpose, you will know how to make money, like how to make money in business. Now, brand, I think they all need to figure this bit out first in terms of a business proposition, and also fundamentally look inward and saying that, okay, any response which I want to do in my life should actually lead into growth and happiness for personally or professionally, correct? And that's where pure joy happens. So most important component is looking inward and really figuring out and asking them why am I doing what am I doing. Keep asking that question to ourselves before even starting to attempt to create a business brand. So business fundamentals needs to be there in place before even you attempt to create the so-called brand. Yeah.
I think that's a very interesting point. In today's world, when motivation is generally low, unless you are convinced about yourself, how you're going to transfer the energy to rest of the people. Yeah, and everyone is looking for that energy. Absolutely a brilliant point. So, and see, there are a lot of people who are dependent on consultants, agencies, since they are busy with running their own business in terms of their products or factories or whatever they are trying to do. But when they're looking at hiring consultants or agencies, is there any suggestion that how they can hire right? What are the things that they should look in the right branding consultant or business consultant?
So multiple aspects around the same thing, but see, we keep in MBAs and professional courses and all that, they keep telling SWOT analysis, correct? I think people need to do a SWOT on themselves, correct? Because you can't be good at everything, correct? There are some things what we don't excel in. We have to be self-aware of it first and foremost. So from a business construct also, you have to look and analyze and become self-aware, saying that, okay, what am I really great at? Some bit I'm not great at. Just be accepting of that particular fact. Now then look at a consultant from that particular angle, saying that, okay, this is the gap which is there in my life. This is the limitation which I have in my life, which somebody else could come and play a role in. Now, how do you select this particular consultant? It's a tricky one, because everybody comes and jumps in and throws the stars and the moons at you, and then you are hoping that the guy is going to come and turn around your life. But the point is saying that, okay, I think you need to sit and have a conversation with this particular person who you're going to engage with, and really see whether you connect with that other person. If you're connected, then money doesn't matter, correct? Everything can happen otherwise. If two individuals don't connect really, then there is a problem for me. So I keep telling people, saying that come and have a cup of coffee with me. That's the start point, correct? Let's converse. Let's figure out. Correct. After that, business we will see later on, because first mind match should be there, ideology match should be there. Only after that business happens. First humans needs to be connected, and then business happens. Relationship first, business after.
I remember what Mark Zuckerberg said, that I will hire somebody if I am ready to work under that person and I enjoy spending time with them. So I think that's a very useful point to start with. This is the last one, which has nothing to do with digital as a subject. Anything around life, since this is our second edition, so we are trying to do a session, kind of a series, 2 years, 2 tips. So anything around your life which actually inspired you, or anything that will help people immensely. So this is, the powerful tip that you want to give, the most 2 selected ones that you want to share with the world.
I think it's more fundamental, and this was part of my talk when I was giving there today too. And a lot of people have suddenly been saying the same thing. And last week, even Mr. Mohandas Pai also said the same thing at one of our conferences there. And I think it is about dreaming. It is about dreaming big. And I think more Indians, especially the middle class and all that, they should dream really big. We had this ability to dream, but somewhere I think we got pulled into the super assumptive world, and we have stopped dreaming. I think we should just break all limitations, overcome all these limiting beliefs what we have, and first start to dream. With the dreams, you will start seeing people align with you and make things work for you. So dreaming is one big thing for me, especially saying that, okay, I think dream is the start point. So just keep asking, saying that, okay, what was your dream? Probably there was a dream in your childhood which could possibly work again now. Yeah. So that's one aspect to me. Second aspect is what my co-author keeps sending it to me, which is his life philosophy, which is about living, learning, laughing, loving and leading. And it happened to be 5 L's, and I was asking him, did you write it? Because my name also started with an L, but he wrote before, but it sits really well for me too. That way, it's about this 5 L's, about living a true life, learning always, loving, and all these aspects. And finally, I think we need leaders in India. We need leaders who really go out there and lead and show the way for all the others. I'm trying to be that. Let's hope I'm able to inspire people in whatever form, because my purpose, I've realized, is to be with people like you, get inspired and inspire others. Yeah.
These are interesting points. I remember one thing when you said about dream big. So the first company that I worked with, so we were making our new campus, and in that campus we wanted at the center of it a fountain where the kid is looking at the stars with the hand pointing at the stars and looking up, and all the fountain coming to him, representing that if you are dreaming big, all the resources will come to you. So that symbolization and helping people to think big was a fundamental idea of the entrepreneur who started Vikas Kedia. So I remember that, and I think everyone will have to start looking at, whatever your capacities are, and perfection is not what you achieve, but perfection is what you want to achieve. So maybe we will never be perfect, but as long as we want to achieve perfect, we should somewhere it will come. So that's the. Thank you so much for your time, and I think you added so much of value, and I'm sure a lot of people will get benefited from it. If you have further queries, do send it to us, and we will make sure that Laeeq is answering all of those things, and that's the thing that we will ensure. And hopefully you enjoyed this. Thank you so much.